Hello. Thanks for tuning in to Nutrition Tip with Nancy on this Wednesday. If you are watching it live, thank you for being here live. If you are watching it recorded, again, thank you. And I encourage you to put comments in the comment section, or if you have questions, put them there as well. And please share this video with your friends and family, letting them know about the information that I offer. As a registered dietitian, the information I give you is based on science, not my opinion. So let me talk about something I've been asked about recently by a viewer, and that was about the health benefits of honey. Given the fact that honey is ultra sweet, how can we justify eating it when we are trying to watch our added sugar intake? Well, first of all, you're probably aware that sweetening with honey is a very, very old practice. In fact, ancient Egyptians used honey as a sweetener, but they also used it as a healing medicine and, surprisingly, as an embalming fluid. Now, this history of honey as a healing medicine is quite interesting to me as a dietitian, but I'm more interested in current research that supports the health properties of honey. And you know what? I found an interesting study. It was conducted on the effects of natural honey on the effects of cholesterol levels, including low total cholesterol, low density lipoprotein, and high density lipoprotein. The researchers also studied the effects on C-reactive protein, which is a measure of inflammation in the body. They also looked at fasting blood glucose, and they checked for body weight changes. So in the study, there were 55 patients that were either overweight or classified as obese. And then they were randomly assigned to two different groups. There was the control group of 17 subjects and the experimental group of 38 subjects. Now, both groups received the same weight of sweetener, 70 grams per day, for a maximum of 30 days. So the control group was given table sugar, they call it sucrose, but you call it table sugar. And the amount provided about 280 calories in those 70 grams and would have measured almost close to 6 tablespoons. And then the patients in the experimental group received 3.3 tablespoons for their 70 grams, and that provided about 212 calories. In the control and the experimental groups, they checked for body weight, body mass index, body fat mass, total cholesterol, as well as the components of cholesterol, LDL and HDL, and that inflammation marker, CRP. They measured this at the start of the treatment and then at day 31 after the sweetener regimen had been undertaken. So what were the results? Well, first of all, the results showed that honey caused a mild reduction in body weight and body fat. In subjects that had normal values of total cholesterol at the beginning of the trial, they saw reduced total cholesterol and all the components associated with cholesterol. In the patient that had elevated variables, honey also caused a reduction in total cholesterol. And the researchers concluded that the consumption of natural honey reduces cardiovascular risk, particularly in subjects with elevated risk factors. And it did not increase body weight in those overweight and obese subjects. Now, the abstract I read didn't include theories on why honey might have this impact, but I believe it's probably due to the fact that honey does contain antioxidants. These antioxidants include phenols and flavonols, and I've talked to you about those in previous videos. Now, it's unknown if the effects would be the same with smaller doses, something less than 70 grams of honey per day. But I can tell you this for sure. You have to consume at least 1 teaspoon of honey a day to get an adequate amount of those antioxidants I mentioned. And always remember that honey is considered an added sugar. The American Heart Association recommends limiting added sugar to about 6 teaspoons or less each day, which would equal about 1.5 tablespoons of honey per day. But remember, there is lots of hidden added sugars in processed foods. So you want to keep that in mind as you're assessing your overall sugar intake. So just a bit more about honey. According to the USDA, 1 tablespoon of honey contains 64 calories. It's very low in protein. It does provide 17 grams of sugar and 17 grams of carbohydrate, and 1 milligram of calcium. Now, due to its high carb content, honey truly isn't considered a diabetic-friendly sweetener. However, it does not create a blood sugar spike as quickly as table sugar does. I'll just mention a few other health benefits and uses of honey. Because of its anti-inflammatory properties, it's been medically proven to reduce cough frequency and improve quality of sleep in children with common cold. And it's a natural cough suppressant. If you have occasional mild heartburn or upset stomach, you might try just licking a teaspoon of honey over a period of time. And just do that once in a while. And there is also a recipe on the internet, which I posted on my Facebook page a while back, but you could Google it. Look for electrolyte formula made with honey, and you'll find that that will be a better way to get an electrolyte formula than buying something that's already pre-prepared. But I always end with this. Please don't look for the magic bullet. Nothing healthy you can do can make up for an overall bad lifestyle. So if you don't cut out ultra-processed foods and reduce your amount of added sugar and products made with white flour, the honey is not going to help you. So do that first. And then strive to eat 30 different plant foods a month. Fill half your plate with vegetables at most meals and focus on eating the rainbow. Consume whole grains rather than stripped grains more often. Add beans and legumes to your diet on a nearly daily basis, and that's going to increase your fiber intake overall. And then use fiber as a guide for helping you choose carbohydrate-rich foods. And then add to your diet probiotic-rich foods like tempeh and fermented dairy and naturally fermented sauerkraut. Thanks for watching today. I will be back next Wednesday with another nutrition tip. In the meantime, feel free to ask me questions, and I will try to answer them in future videos. Have a happy, healthy day.